Hi there and welcome back to Survival Strategies for Depression, Section 5.
In this section, we will look at emotional management strategies, managing past emotions, managing present emotions, and managing future emotions.
We're going to be looking at the very important area of our emotions and how we can influence and manage them. Today we are filming in front of the mighty Tasman Ocean on the wild South Island's west coast of New Zealand. The ocean is actually like our emotional life with its unpredictable moods, changing and ranging from calm and tranquil to wild and raging. The first thing we need to know about emotions is, like the ocean, they are changeable. They are also complex and influenced by many variables. In this section, we're going to explore strategies to manage our emotional life in three particular areas. We're going to look at it from the past, from our present, and from the future. So let's get started with the past. Someone once said, your past mistakes are meant to guide you, not define you. So often in our lives, we continue to re-experience and define ourselves by emotions that are associated with past mistakes or negative situations. For some of us, it's like being trapped in a time warp where we continually regurgitate and re-experience negative feelings associated with past negative situations and mistakes. The one thing that is common to us all as humans is we all have a past containing some negative experiences and mistakes. Your past has both the negative and positive potential to affect and influence your present and future. Whether it's going to be positive or negative is mostly about your attitude and response to what has happened rather than what actually happened. All of us have difficulties in our past, and while we can't go back and change anything, we can change our attitude and response to the way that we think and feel about our past. So it doesn't have to have the same ongoing negative effects on our present and our future. It may well be time for you to make peace with your past before it spoils your present and your future. Past negative situations tend to affect us like this. When we remember or think about a past mistake or negative situation, we then start to re-experience the emotions that are associated and connected with that event, which in turn can affect our mood and behaviour. Or we encounter a similar event to a past mistake or negative situation. Then in come the feelings associated with that past situation, and thus we are overwhelmed and in turn struggle to cope and manage the situation, and so the cycle can repeat itself. This is how we can become trapped, influenced by negative emotions that are related and connected to a past negative situation or mistake. You'll find a helpful tool and process to manage past situations or mistakes and their associated emotions in the resource book called Past Emotions Worksheet. Firstly, identify your past negative situation or mistake. Then ask yourself, is there anything that can be done to put things right? Then ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Then what can I do differently now and in the future because of this learning? And lastly, how will I cope with the effects of this past mistake or negative situation? So in reality, it can be used like this. So this is an example of how the Past Emotions Worksheet could work. A person could identify their past negative situation or mistake, which could be, for this example, when they got angry with a work colleague and said some things they shouldn't have and got in trouble. They could then consider if there was anything that could be done to put things right, and for this example, the person may decide to apologise to their work colleague. They could then consider what they had learnt from the situation, which for this example could be when feeling stressed or angry, that they are capable of saying things that they may regret and get them in trouble. They could then consider what they could do differently now and in the future because of this learning experience, which could be in this situation to know and use their warning signs for when they are getting angry or stressed, and take appropriate action like calm down or leave the situation, or communicate in a way which is both safe and appropriate. They could then consider how they could cope with the effects of this mistake, which could be for this situation just to remind themselves that everyone makes mistakes, it's okay, and they have gained valuable learning from the situation. In addition to this, they may manage their communication and time spent with the person involved. So that's just an example of how a person may use the past emotions worksheet. So now you could write in what is needed and relevant to you for past mistakes and feelings. If this process feels too hard to do right now and overwhelming, I suggest you leave it and seek the support of a trained therapist to help you with this task. By using this process, you are more likely to be able to take a positive learning from a negative past situation and thus become less affected by the negative emotions that are connected to that past situation. In this way, you are taking a positive from a negative, which is more likely to protect and improve your mood. So that's a way you can manage powerful emotions from the past. Now we're going to look at managing powerful emotions in the present.
Now, if you feel you need more than this program right now, you can call one of the numbers on the screen for someone to talk to.